Hello, gems. Welcome to today's reading. This is going to be a new moon in Libra with a solar eclipse reading. So we're going to be looking at where in my life would I benefit most from a deeper sense of harmony, how I can bring more balance to my emotions, how can I create more beauty in my environment, where would I benefit from taking a more peaceful approach, how can I form strong and healthy bonds with people, how can I bring more balance into my relationships with others. And we're also going to be getting advice from the Oracle. We're going to be using Ascended Masters Oracle cards because I figured, you know what, Libra, the Ascended Masters obviously found balance. So that's the deck we're going to go with for advice from the Oracle. So go ahead and choose your reading, pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. Go down to the timestamp below, and I will see you in your reading. Pile 1, stay put, and we'll get right into it. Hello, pile 1. If you have selected what I think is Dragon's Bloodstone, this reading is for you. All right, card number 1. Where in my life would I benefit most from a deeper sense of harmony? Here we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, to me, this is like a manifestation card. This can also be a card that comes up for me, like when you're overindulging in romantic pursuits, like but not like so much like a romance. It would be more like one night stand type of deals, like relationships based more on physical looks and sex. Okay, so if you find that applies to you, that would be an area in your life where you would benefit from a deeper sense of harmony. This card also comes up to me as far as like passions and pursuits, like really manifesting. So I'm wondering, what are you going after? What are you chasing? What are you trying to create in your life? Are those things really in alignment with what you truly want? Would they really bring you happiness? Or are you just kind of like throwing stuff out there without really thinking about the ramifications of what you're trying to bring into your life? Card 2, how can I bring more balance to my emotions? 6 of Wands in the reverse. I feel like this card is an invitation. I'm going to get a pen. I'm going to write this down so I can remember to put it in the description. I feel like this card is an invitation for you to offer gratitude and thanks to yourself for the things that you have accomplished. If you have been manifesting or trying to accomplish like goals and tasks and you're kind of getting frustrated, like, you know what, this isn't working, or I keep trying to do this and it's just not bringing me joy or happiness, I think this card is asking you to focus on what you have succeeded in. What have you tried to manifest and what have you successfully brought to life? I feel like this card is calling on you to just take a time out, take pause, and look at what you have accomplished, what you have brought to life. I think that'll really start to soothe your emotions when you start getting a little bit carried away, like, oh, I can't do this. Oh, this is too hard. Or I'm just going to like forget all of this and start over, or we're going to go after this instead because this one isn't working, you know? Let me write that down. Card 3, how can I create more beauty in my environment? King of Pentacles. Okay, pile 1. Where can you be generous? What can you afford to give away? This is not just like something that you're going to manifest and, you know, like, oh, I'm going to make the world a beautiful place. Like, no, this is going to be you doing something, making a gift. Maybe it's a contribution of your time. Maybe it's a contribution of your money. Maybe you have an item that you could donate to somebody and that would really bring a lot of balance to their life. And whatever it is, that person would use it to make the world a more beautiful place. Maybe that's even you possessing a skill that you could use to make your community look better. I don't know if you are good at painting, or you are good at construction, or you're a landscaper, or I don't know, but I feel like some of you could possess like a specific skill set that could make beauty in the environment around you. Okay. Card 4, where would I benefit from taking a more peaceful approach? The Emperor. I feel like you've been a little too rigid, a little too stern, and a little too demanding of how other people behave and react. I think this is time to kind of just loosen the reins just a little bit and see how things play out. Give people the benefit of the doubt. Allow them to make some mistakes and figure things out on their own. Card 5, how can I form strong and healthy bonds with people? The Hanged Man. I feel like when you're with people, I'm kind of feeling like this Emperor card over here, and the King of Pentacles, I feel like you may have done okay for yourself. You may have experienced a lot, and really you may have a keen eye for how things work. But when you're communicating, you may have the best intentions, but when you're communicating to other people how they could or should go about things, it's not always received in the best light. Like, it might come off a little bit too aggressive, and it might not be received in the way that you were hoping that it would, which probably pisses you off even more and makes them less receptive of what you were trying to help them with. I feel like the Hanged Man coming up in this position, it's just kind of taking a step back and putting your hands behind your back. Like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to intervene. I'm going to let them figure this out. I really feel like that is piggybacking on this Emperor card over here. Really reflecting and making sure that the words that you're going to say to people are in alignment with how you want to be received. I think this is like really thinking and reflecting before taking action, before speaking. Just slowing down. How can I bring more balance into my relationships with others? Here we have the Four of Cups in the reverse. I'm wondering if you don't like to look at things from other people's perspective. If kind of what I'm getting from these cards over here, like, it's kind of your way or the highway. But this card would be suggesting that other people might have valuable insight. Other people might have really good ideas, and they might be able to contribute. They might have an idea or a way of doing things that is completely different from your way, but it doesn't mean that it's wrong. And I feel like this card is saying to consider what other people have to offer. This card is advice from the Oracle. Here we have take charge of this situation, Moses. So I'm going to go to the book and read it, and then I will tell you how I believe this card is tying into your reading. Okay, let's see. You have the power to heal and alter the course of this situation. It's time. So I think that's like your relationship with other people. There might be some relationships that are like on the fringe of, like, they're about to be severed. But you have the power to heal it and alter the course. It's time for you to take charge and assume, well, these cards would say that, like, you are supposed to be, okay, I'm going to read the book. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to read the book, and then I'll come back to that. It's time for you to take charge and assume a leadership position. First, decide what you want. Be clear about the conditions that are acceptable or unacceptable to you. The universe responds when you're clear about your aims and intentions. The Ascended Masters will support your leadership role. Additional meanings for this card include talking openly and honestly about your feelings, Make a decision instead of passively waiting. Give yourself permission to do what you feel is right. Don't wait, take action now. Be your own authority figure. The prophet Moses displayed courage and leadership throughout his lifetime. His clear decrees about his intentions led to miracles such as the parting of the Red Sea, bringing forth water from a boulder, and manifesting manna from heaven. Moses is a powerful, beloved, and inspiring leader who can lend you courage in this situation and also in your life's purpose. Okay, so this is totally throwing a curveball in here for me. Let me go back to this card over here, card 3. How can I create more beauty in my environment? King of Pentacles. Okay, I think that one still fits, but card, which was it? 4. Where would I benefit from taking a more peaceful approach? The Emperor. So I still think that this card is applicable in the way that I'm interpreting it, but I think like you can take a leadership position as being presented here, the Moses card. But like, maybe volume is not the issue. I don't know if you have volume control issues, but maybe you don't need to yell or scream or get irate in order to have yourself be heard. I think that you can try doing that a little bit more calmly and probably see better results. You might need to take a breather before, you might need to take like a mental, like, okay, I'm going to calm myself down a little bit before I explain this ridiculously easy thing that I already know how to do, but whoever you're explaining it to might not. So just kind of calm yourself down and get yourself into the right mental state before lashing out. I feel like, yes, you are destined to be a leader. I don't think that you would be a follower. I'm always talking about putting people in their respective positions, like putting people in their right, like rings of a tree, you know, rings of like layers of an onion. But like I have my A team, my B team, my C team. And if I have like a C team person, I'm never going to give them a leadership role in my life. Like they're not going to be in charge of really important tasks. I'm not going to really rely on that person. I'm not going to expect them to be there when they say they are. They're C team, okay? You are not a C team person. You're probably an A team person. And if you put an A team person in a C team position, there's going to be strife, there's going to be conflict, because you're naturally going to want to rise to a leadership position. You're going to see an opportunity where something could be improved and you're just going to take action, you know. So I do see you as being a leader, but I think that you can fine tune and tweak the way that you go about leading. One thing I want to point out is with this solar eclipse energy happening with this new moon in Libra, there's going to be a magnification of energies. So the need to find balance is going to be more intense than normal. This is not a time for people pleasing, but it is a time to seek balance in your life, to bring harmony and justice, not incurring your wrath on others. So pile 1, this does conclude your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment below letting me know which card was your favorite, letting me know if your reading resonated with you or not. If you enjoyed your reading, please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's begin. Card number 1. Where in my life would I benefit most from a deeper sense of harmony? 8 of Wands. Okay, so you might need to go somewhere. You might need a vacation. You might need a trip. I don't know if air travel is something that is on your agenda or not, but I do see that as a possibility for some of you. I'm really drawn to the keyword good news. For some of you, you might need to just like turn off watching the news, letting that go, focusing on positivity, looking for good news, going out of your way to bring good news into your life, however you go about doing that. You might need to be the bringer of good news. Card 2, how can I bring more balance to my emotions? 7 of Wands in the reverse. I feel like you may have been dealing with a lot of internal conflicts. I think that these, I'm really drawn to this news thing over here. There may be stuff ruminating in your mind over and over and over, like replaying these bad events that have either already happened in the past, or that you may be telling yourself like, oh my gosh, this is going to happen. Oh my God, is this going to happen? Like you don't even know if it's going to happen or not. And you're so afraid of it happening, you're really stressing yourself out. And I feel like maybe that's why you might need a vacation. A vacation where there's no TV, you're not checking in on social media and like exposing yourself to bad news, like just a break. You just need a break. How can I create more beauty in my environment? 10 of Swords in the reverse. I feel like there has been an ending, okay, in your life, but you still have not been able to get closure on this event. I don't know if this is like a breakup. I don't know if this is a death, a loss of a job, a loss of a friend, a loss of a family member, like some sort of falling out. I don't know, but I feel like this is something that's been weighing heavily on your mind, and I feel like you've been kind of like stuck in this doom and gloom, and maybe that's why you're in this like negativity cycle. Sometimes when we experience something really traumatic, we become addicted to histamines because the histamines are like the stress response to stress, and it triggers a whole series of reactions, and we start to release these feel-good drugs naturally in our body, and you can actually make yourself addicted to stress, addicted to drama, addicted to toxic situations. And sometimes that's why some people become so addicted to bad news, scary movies, dramatic movies, bullshit on social media, because they don't realize they're going out of their way to expose themselves to these things because they like the momentary, very temporary release of these feel-good chemicals in the body. Whew, I feel like in order for you to create more beauty in your environment, you're going to have to say goodbye. You're going to have to come to terms and let it go. I feel like you may need to honor that part of your life, whatever it is, but just releasing it with love. You can't hold on to that. That's not a part of your life anymore. And this card is an invitation to let it go. It's not the end of the story. It's just the end of that chapter. And this card is telling you that there are new things on the horizon, but you have to let that go. And that may be why you need the vacation or travel or something. I feel like this is like a very, this might be part of your new beginning. Where would I benefit from taking a more peaceful approach? 2 of Pentacles. Okay, I think you really need to find some peace and harmony in your life. I feel like you're juggling a lot right now, and that could be time management issues. That could be struggling with getting your priorities done. That could be at school, that could be at work, that could be at home, chores, even just like finding joy and satisfaction in your life. Like you just might be so caught up and preoccupied with your busy day-to-day things that you don't have time to really enjoy the fruits of your labor. I feel like instead of fighting everything, it might just be time to see like what is truly in alignment, and letting others go. Like, you know what, like really prioritizing, you know, figuring out what's important and what's not. like she's weighing the scales, you know, like, do I need this in my life? Yes. No, you know, she's figuring it out. How can I form strong and healthy bonds with people? Five of Cups in the reverse. Okay, pile 2. I do feel like there is a loss. This may be a death or a breakup. And I feel like when you meet people, or you have people in your life, you are unfairly weighing them against whatever it is that you lost. Like it's like if you have a girlfriend, right? And you loved her and you guys broke up for whatever reason. And then like everything is compared to that last girlfriend, you know, and it's not really fair. Or even if like that girlfriend, things did not work out so well with you guys, and you know, she may have cheated on you, or she may have broken your heart, or she may have ghosted you, or maybe she was, I don't know, whatever, fill in the blank. And then you're scrutinizing the next girl that you meet, like, oh, that reminds me of her, like, oh, you know, and it's not really her fault. Like, she's not that person. Yes, don't go into it with rose-colored glasses on. See people for who they truly are. Listen to what they say. They will tell you who they are, but don't judge them based on your past experiences. Judge them on their own merit. And I do feel like if that's what that is, you do have to move on. You can't stay there in this place of sorrow, in this place of grieving. You have to move forward. Card 6, how can I bring more balance into my relationships with others? The Hierophant in the reverse. I think you might need to lighten up a little bit. I think you're, you may have a very set idea of the way that things work, of the way the world is, of the way religion is, or it doesn't have to be religion, but for a lot of you, I feel like that's going to be the case. You may have a very set idea around your opinion of religion. And I feel like in order to bring more balance into your relationships with others, don't judge them. Just let them be them. You don't actually have to change them. You don't have to save them. You don't have to enlighten them. You don't have to tell them the truth. You know, like, just accept them for who they are, without having any expectations, without having any judgments, without having an agenda. Okay, just letting them be. And I think that that will bring a lot of balance into your relationships with others. This card is advice from the Oracle. Persistence. Lou. So I'm going to go to the book and read it, and then I will tell you how I believe that ties into your reading. So let's see what it has to say about persistence and Lou. Through persistent action and positive thinking, your dreams are manifesting into form. This is a time for you to stay persistent. Give any discouragement to Lou and the angels, who will buoy your faith and give you signs of your progress. You're almost there, so keep going. It may help to break larger projects into smaller steps so that you'll feel the thrill of accomplishment with each step that you take. Persistence pays off. Stick with it. Additional meanings for this card are overcome procrastination tendencies and take action today. Stick to your priorities and promises. Chip away at your dreams and desires with daily action steps. Stay positive and visualize your dreams as already manifested. Commit to your dreams for the long haul. Lu is a Celtic sun god of harvest time, whose name means the Shining One. His Celtic festival, called Lunasa, is celebrated worldwide at the end of every summer. Legend says that Lu was renowned as a master of many crafts, including art, poetry, and healing. Call upon Lu to help with mastering anything you're learning, as well as for enjoying bountiful harvest of abundance. All right, pile 2. I think that this card is an invitation to look at what you do have in your life and not focus so much on what you have lost, on what is no longer there. I feel like this card is an invitation to take baby steps. You don't have to do everything all at once. Here with this card, I feel like these rivers here, these are your emotions, the things that you're feeling, and they're coming so fast. They're just flowing by, they're rushing through, and you're not going to cross this river in one step. It's going to take a series of steps to bring you over. You can't see it, but like there's going to be a little bridge over here. So you're going to have to take lots of little baby steps until you get to the bridge, cross over it, and then come over here to this place where there's so much beauty and abundance, to this place of emotional security where you're able to dream. I feel like Lu is saying, it's okay. You don't have to do it tomorrow. You don't have to do it today, but you do have to take the first step. You do have to keep going. Look for things that you have accomplished. Look for the joy in your everyday life. Stop procrastinating, like, oh, I'm depressed. Oh, I don't want to do that today. Oh, just get up and do it. Stick to your priorities. Stick to your promises. Don't tell people, oh yeah, I'll go. Oh yeah, I'll be there. And then just come up with some lame ass excuse as to why you didn't show up, knowing the whole time that you were not going to show up. This card is a call for you to be positive right now. And I do really think that you need to go on a vacation, probably somewhere sunny, surrounding yourself with good news, keeping the news off, staying away from social media, and just letting people be. Letting people be who they are. Yeah. So pile 2, this does conclude your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment below letting me know if your reading resonated with you and which card was your favorite. If you enjoyed your reading, please like and subscribe. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's begin. Card number 1. Where in my life would I benefit most from a deeper sense of harmony? 5 of Wands in the reverse. Are you causing disruption? Are you stirring the pot? Are you an instigator? Are you talking shit because you like the response that people give you? You like just kind of watching it unfold. I'm wondering if you, like, I'm really getting the feeling like you instigate it for other people, or you'll just make little comments here and there, and then it'll kind of like trickle and cause a ripple effect. And then you just kind of sit back and watch it happen. I'm wondering if you kind of think it's funny. I feel like that, that is where you would most benefit from a deeper sense of harmony. Letting that go, reining that in. Card 2, how can I bring more balance to my emotions? The Moon. I feel like if this is resonating with you, pile 3, I feel like you may need to do some shadow work. I feel like there's something inside of you from the past that has not been dealt with, and subconsciously that's why this is happening. And in order, like, instead of feeling better when other people are doing this, really examining at what is within you that makes you do that. Why do you do that? What did you see when you were younger? Did someone do that to you and now like you do it to others so people can't do it to you? Like what is it? What makes you tick? Where is that coming from? Card 3, how can I create more beauty in my environment? The Empress in the reverse. I feel like you really need to spend some time alone. You really need to do something for yourself to make you feel beautiful, not only on the outside, but also on the inside. What makes you feel good in your soul? And doing that, doing it just for you because you want to, because you need to, because it makes you feel alive. Doing it without taking a selfie, doing it without telling anybody on social media that you did it, just so you can get likes. You're doing it for you, not for them. I feel like the beauty in your environment that you need, it needs to start within. I feel like when you make yourself feel good on the inside, it's going to start trickling out around you. You're not going to feel the need to do this anymore. Maybe you don't even realize that you do it. Maybe it just comes out so quickly, so naturally, because it's been a habit. You've just done it for so long, or you've seen other people do it. You've lived with people who do it. You worked with people who do it. And now it's just like kind of like a learned behavior. But I feel it has to start with you. And when you make a change on the inside, when you make yourself feel beautiful on the inside, you're going to start to make yourself feel beautiful on the outside. And then you're going to be in a position where instead of being an instigator, you're going to turn into the nurturer. You're going to be somebody who loves to take care of others. You're going to be surrounded by beauty everywhere, and people will love you for that. Card 4, where would I benefit from taking a more peaceful approach? Death in the reverse. I feel like there's some sort of transformation that has to happen, and deep down you know it has to happen. This might be something that you've already been thinking or talking to yourself about, but you're like, oh, not today. I'll work on that next time. Next full moon, we'll let that go. Next New Year's, we'll do that as a resolution. It's just like something like that's too hard, and you're like, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. But I feel like you already know. Card 5, how can I form strong and healthy bonds with people? The Hermit in the reverse. I feel like you hide who you are because you're not sure that people will like you. You're kind of afraid to put your light out there and say like, hey, look guys, this is me. What do you think? I feel like you put on a mask. And that's what you show to the world. Because you're like, oh, if I take off this mask, like, I don't know, what are they going to say? What are they going to think? Oh, I could never do that. They wouldn't like me. Or they would laugh at me. Or they wouldn't laugh at me. I don't know. But people, I don't know if people would like me. Yeah, I feel like in order to form a strong and healthy bond with people, they have to know who you are, or otherwise it's just fake. It's just pretend. They're not having a strong and healthy bond with you. They're having a strong and healthy or a strong and unhealthy bond with somebody that doesn't even exist. If you show people who you are and they like, you know what, like pile 3 person, like that just doesn't gel with me. Like I really don't like that. And they back away. That's okay. Let them go. That's not your tribe. Those are not your people. If you show people who you truly are, you'll find your tribe. But I do think that you need to do some shadow work. And I do think that you need to start making yourself beautiful on the inside so that it can radiate around on the outside. How can I bring more balance into my relationships with others? Queen of Wands in the reverse. How can I bring more balance into my relationships with others? Queen of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so the Queen of Wands in the reverse, she's kind of stuck up. She's kind of self-centered, and she kind of reminds me of like a mean girl. Like she's very, like she makes herself very beautiful on the outside. Pile 3 person, this doesn't even have to be female. Okay, like I'm just saying, like it's very like it's a woman in the card. So it could definitely apply to a man too. Like you could be like super hot on the outside, you know, you could be ripped, you could be good looking dude, and then just like be not so good looking on the inside. Okay, so it could be male or female. But this Queen of Wands in the reverse reminds me of a mean girl. It reminds me of the really catty, kind of like a Lifetime movie, like a hot cheerleader that's just like really mean, and everybody kind of goes along with it because they don't want to be next on her list, you know? So how can I bring more balance into my relationships with others? I think you need to write this card right side up. When the Queen of Wands is operating in her highest capacity, she's still beautiful. She's still surrounded by people. But in the upright, she's the hostess with the mostest. People are there because they want to be, not because they just want to be in her good graces so she doesn't turn on them. The Queen of Wands in the upright is also, I also associate her as being in touch with her shadow side. But here in this card, I'm thinking that you're out of touch with your shadows. It's something that you don't want to look at, so you point out the faults in others. Like, look over there at that person. Look at that person. Just don't look at me. This is advice from the Oracle. Here we have artistic expression. Paul the Venetian. I'm going to go to the book and see what this has to say. Then I will tell you how I believe it ties into your reading. Okay. It says, this card signals that your artistic talents are in need of creative expression. You have hidden talents that lie dormant. This trapped energy can make you feel tired, restless, and anxious, and can lead to addictions if the energy isn't expressed. Even if your artistic abilities feel unpolished, they need an outlet. Make the time to draw. It says today, but it doesn't have to be today. I don't know what time you're watching this video. So it could be tomorrow. It could be the next couple of days. Make the time to draw, paint, sing, play music, write, take photographs, make jewelry, sew, dance, or do something artistic and creative. You may find the key to your life's purpose and ideal career through this process. Additional meanings for this card include: take a class to learn a new artistic skill. One of your loved ones is an artist. Express your true feelings. I do believe that that's one of them that is tying into this reading, but you pick which ones resonate with you. Your life's purpose involves an artistic endeavor such as writing or playing music. It goes on to say Paul the Venetian was the Italian Renaissance artist Paolo, I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, Paolo Cagliari. His last name was later changed to Veronese to signify his birthplace of Verona. He moved to Venice, which is why he's now called the Venetian, during the city's golden era in the 1500s, where he painted religious murals and paintings. He was successfully able to defend himself against charges of blasphemy during the Inquisition for his artistic rendering of the Last Supper. You can call upon Paul the Venetian for help with freeing your artistic expression and creativity. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you take from that what you will, whatever resonates with you. I also want to point out that he was, that he was accused of blasphemy during the Inquisition. And I feel like, pile 3, Like you don't understand the ramifications that your words can have on a person. Like when you point out things about other people, you know, like do you really understand how big of an impact that could make on that person's life? How many Paul the Venetians have you pointed out to other people in your life? I don't know if I'm just kind of going out on a limb here, but I don't know if any of this lies with your sacral chakra, like a sacral chakra wound, a sacral chakra blockage. Like if you were denied expressing your creative artistic side, and that's why it makes you angry and hostile, and kind of like lashing out at others. Or it could even be from like a sexual trauma, a sexual wound, a past relationship that you have never healed from. Those are all related to the sacral chakra, as well as artistic expression. So I just want to put that out there, that it may be a blockage from that this stems from. I don't know your situation. This is not an individual personal reading, so I don't want to dive too much into that. But definitely consider that if that applies. One of the ways to heal the sacral chakra is through creative expression, by dancing, by singing, by making art, even if it sucks, who cares? Just slapping it on paper, you know, you don't have to sell it and you don't have to take it to a gallery, you know, just getting it and allowing yourself, feeling free enough to take off the mask and show who you are, even if it's just to yourself at first. So pile 3, this does conclude your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment below letting me know if it resonated, if you liked it, which card was your favorite. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I'll see you soon. Bye.